Well, hello everyone. I am like a minute early, but I guess whatever. It doesn't really matter. Um, yeah. uh, I don't know if there's nothing really to hype here. I was just gonna do a little live stream. I want to do a live stream at least once a week. I know that some of you have said in my comments that yes, yes, you are one of those, Joe Daisy, where I wanted to schedule something because I want you all to like be able to join this, and maybe me being too random about it and just here's a stream out of flipping nowhere is probably an issue. Um, so yes, welcome, welcome to the live stream. I don't know. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I was kind of talking or thinking to myself, talking to myself too, probably. Um, it was weird when you schedule a live stream like this. Like, there are those people that are like, are you actually going to, like, schedule your day around my stream? I think it's feel kind of strange in a way. I'm like, oh god, there's actually people that are like relying on me to be here, and I don't know. It's just gonna be me like blabbering for like a good like 2 hours. I don't. You guys have you guys I appreciate you coming out. I'm serious, I guess. Well. We have two of my core followers. We have Joe Daisy, and we have. I really can't pronounce her name. I am so sorry. Um, Lip Shamorzi. I don't know. Listen, I can't read, and I hope you understand. I struggle. Hello, what's on my mind? Well, you set an alarm. That is insane. I appreciate that. That's nuts. I will absolutely. And Lucky Strikes, man. You are like been on like all of my live streams up to this point. You've been on all my live streams up to this point. That's pretty cool. So what's on my mind? Honestly, right now, if I'm being dead honest, just trying to like make sure my computer doesn't explode while I'm trying to do this live stream. So this 5-year old shitbox I had for a computer that I built well that time ago. It still works fine, but it's not, as you can tell, the greatest piece of quality machinery on the planet. But I did build it, so it works. But and that's really that's really on my immediate mind. I guess I don't know. Y'all want to talk politics already? Lips is fine. It's literally a name. I'm really Melissa. Well, hello, Melissa. I appreciate you. I'm sorry. I just can't read. It's not like your name is bad or something. I just, I'm just sucky, you know. But nice to know your name is Melissa. My name is, as you know, Ben. So, but yeah. So I guess talking politics again. All of a sudden already, Trump is still threatening Greenland, huh? I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because I don't know how else to respond. Honestly, it's like Jesus. We're still on that shit show. The world wanders after him. Yeah, I hear that they're preparing like a whole thing. Like our own NATO allies are starting to put all of their forces over in Greenland now, and that's yeah, the man with the peace prize, good flipping gravy. I mean, we have our NATO allies. This is literally the first time we are actively making history now by scaring our NATO allies enough to actually put soldiers for them to put, or at least a military presence in Greenland, and it just I don't know. It's nuts. Like that has never happened before from our own NATO allies to defend against us, I suppose. Mm. And the tariffs. Forgot about the tariffs. Yep. We now have a 10% tariff on like most of the European countries, I think, right now. Talking about politics helps relieve stress. Oh yeah, I would say talking about politics with like-minded people. Sorry, not sorry, is a good thing. DOJ claiming federal courts have no authority. Well, DOJ and Trump and all of those people have proven what How can we even count the amount of times now? Is it even possible? Is anyone actually keeping direct track of the amount of times that Trump and anybody who orbits Trump, because he's so fat he has an orbit, has have they at all like counted how many times he's broken the law? that man is that man is no. Consider things, reflect on what might happen. Yeah. Oh jeez, I hate when I do this. Oh, okay, I didn't quite do that. Sometimes I like throw my, with my tea. I like drop this little thingy in there, and it bugs the crap out of me when I do that. So what's on your all's minds, huh? Let's hear from chat here, because honestly, if I'm blabbering on about my own stuff, then it gets pretty boring pretty quick. Even I wear myself out sometimes. Waiting on someone to say something. I don't know. Well, technically, courts don't have any authority over Maduro. Yeah. Well, I mean, you can indict anybody you want, and you can like, okay, we want to have this person up in front of our court system, whatever, right? But that doesn't give Donald Trump himself justification to go into a country and take that person. We don't. It doesn't. That's not how that works. If they're in this country, then that's one thing. He gets picked up by the police or whatever. That's one thing. But it doesn't give Trump the authority to just decide, guess what, we're going into Venezuela and taking that guy. What kind of tea am I enjoying? This is Earl Grey. Let me see if maybe I can like get the thing. Well, no, there's not really this is the brand, I guess. Here, if I don't spill it. I don't know if I can read that. My God, the camera's so horrible. You probably can't even read that. But it's that one. It's just an Earl Grey tea. I put some honey in it. I put honey in the cup and then I like pour the water over it, and then of course the tea bag's in there, so it stoops that way. I mean, it's good enough for me. Man of lawlessness. Well, heck yeah, man. He definitely is. 20,000 people attended the protest condemning anti-Trump Greenland. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of nuts, honestly. It's kind of nuts. What all is happening with this stuff. EG is yummy. Yeah. I mean, this is pretty good tea. I'll probably get it again. I have it. I haven't not often drank tea, and then I started doing it because coffee has just been too much. So I don't know. I try not to drink coffee as much. Especially like I like having a warm drink in the evenings, and I don't obviously want to drink coffee. So I choose not to drink coffee. Local police separating yeah. Yeah, I think it's meant to say ICE. Local police separating ICE. Yeah, the protest in Minneapolis. My girlfriend, by the way, is from Minneapolis, and she has people there that she's talking to, and they're saying that what we're seeing on TV and and on YouTube and all that stuff, it's apparently it's much worse in person, which is just flippin' sad. I do not think that's good. I mean, no. I ordered 2 flags today just in case I needed a battle marching banner. What are the flags? What are they? Ben, is that your name? There's information for you on my community post. Community post, eh? Yes, that is my name. I'm on an English Rose kick lately, but I love EG at Lucky Strike. Yeah. Okay. Why is I know there's people watching my stream on YouTube is saying I have 0 concurrent viewers. You can never trust this thing. It never is accurate. I don't know. It's weird. I'm just gonna let that be. Oh yeah, so it's just the people, liberty or death to the rattlesnake, and don't trend on me. Yeah, the don't trend on me stuff. It's funny because like the conservative, like the Republican conservatives have like turned that into something it totally was never supposed to be. And I don't know all the whole story behind it, but from what I do understand, like that was originally just like, you know, don't bow down to the king kind of shit from like, you know, like the 1700s, and then now it's we're like it's it's kind of like the swastika, how the swastika used to be in peace, but now it's been completely ruined by, you know, what? Your death, yeah, yeah. There is information about AI in the end times on my community. Yeah, yeah. I made a video a while back about AI that had mixed. It was received mixed, and I think people misunderstand it because you see, I work in information technology, and not just, and that's my career, but I'm a computer guy at heart. I do a lot of stuff with computers and all kinds of technology, and I do not. I gotta be honest with you guys. When I say that AI is not a bubble, it's not that I want the corporations to, you know, take all our jobs and you know and just I guess just take all our jobs and our lives away and replace everybody with AI. It's not that I want that or support that, but I do support the technology. Like, and what I mean by that is I support AI just existing as is, right? Not that should be used for bad. You know, it's just a tool, and eventually might be something more than a tool that we can exist like beside it, if you will. I don't know if that makes any flipping sense, but um, and I don't know. I just feel like that message received. I think people are in denial about it too. Like they don't think that AI is going to take their jobs. I'm like, well, yeah, it will. In fact, we're already seeing like just literally in these first couple of weeks of 2026, Meta has already announced tons of layoffs that because they're like, oh, we can just replace people with AI. It makes perfect sense, right? Found out your boss is a Nazi 3 days ago, so I guess I am independent. I am independent again. LOL. Does that mean you quit your job? Not like politically. You're saying like you decided no more because that's what I did a couple weeks ago. I was like, I'm done with this place. Not that my boss was a Nazi. Just he was in some ways. Not like politically, but like he just you know he was not. Yeah, I don't know what stick up his ass he had about me, but I was like, dude, I'm done. Yeah, you did. Yeah, yeah. Hi, what's up? How's it going, Bartlett City EAS? EAS. Does your channel like holy support of the ICE officer? I was done. Oh yeah, no, that's ridiculous. You're fooling yourself, Ben. How am I fooling myself? I would like to know. Bartlett City EAS. All AI bad news beast system. Um, does that like? Is your channel like? Do you like go around filming tornado sirens? Because I'm actually into that. I'm not even kidding. That's pretty cool. EAS is a fun thing to. It's kind of creepy, but I also like creepy stuff like that. I'm a big. Aside from politics, I'm a big storm person. I used to go chasing with my friend a long time ago. We've not done it in years, but I do appreciate tornado sirens and emergency alert systems. Yes, that's awesome. I love that kind of stuff. That's amazing. I'll have to check out your channel, man. I'm gonna actually like click on your channel right now. Just like see. Let's see. Go to channel. Bartlett City EAS. You only have like 2 videos, man. Oh, they're both Roblox. Okay, dude, like do some actual stuff. Like post some actual. Well, I shouldn't like tell you. Don't do anything dangerous, but you know what I mean. Um, I chase tornadoes, but not the sirens. Yeah, I love storms. I love probably honestly what I should do come springtime when things pick back up again with the weather when we're all pissed off because Trump is doing Greenland stuff. We should like have like a slight distraction, not a lot, just a slight little nice distraction from all that chaos and do and go through. Oh, you use shorts, okay, gotcha. I didn't look at that, but and go around and like I don't know, maybe like look at the weather radar and kind of like I like to sometimes chase storms remotely. Like I will like find a tornado like on radar somewhere like states away and because sometimes you can like on radar or Mega you can like tune into to like if there's chasers there trying to find it or you can even street like you can't like see the tornado but I can like street view it and like I don't know what that means but determine what it might hit I guess. Gonna have to copy and paste. You missed my comment twice. Weird. Yeah, I would love. I need to do some more chasing. I have not done it in a long time. Can we record they changed to shorts? Yeah, I'll check that out. I'm not gonna click on that right now because my stream will be like blown up by some like siren noise. But that's cool. But yeah, that's definitely something I will. I think a lot of people here in the Midwest we like our storms. We love our storms. So my girlfriend does not like storms. She's anti-storms. When like storms come on. When storms are like approaching, she's that kind of person that will be laying in bed. It'll be like 3 a.m. in the morning, and I'll start hearing thunder. And I love you to death, sweetheart. If you're watching the stream, I love you. Don't get me wrong. But I'll be like I'll start hearing thunder, and I'm anticipating her like, is it thunder? Is it thunder? Like, and she'll like start flipping out, and I'm like, oh, don't worry, it's all good, She's not a storm person, but that's okay. I'm a storm escaper. Yeah, that's how she is. Live chat, top chat. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at top chat. What the hell's wrong with me? Gosh dang it. I'm so sorry, guys. I am so sorry. Okay, that's a lot better. Storms and guns. I'm not a gun person, but I know a lot of people who are. Look at the fire, tornadoes, and floods just in the past few years. The media suppresses the news and how people have not gotten their homes rebuilt. Well, yeah. And now with, Dotard over there, FEMA is just fucked. Honestly, I'm a little bit scared for if we do have a bad storm season. I was already nervous about that in 2025. If we have a bad storm season, though, like we did like back in like 2011 with Trump as president, I mean, goddamn, that's just, yeah. I'm one of those socialists who loves his 2A. I mean, I'm not like against guns or anything. I just like, I don't know. I don't really have an interest in them, I suppose. I don't, I don't like some of the arguments gun people use though. Like, oh, it's just a tool kind of thing. No, guns are weapons. You can't use a gun to, do anything else. So, I think they're cutting the NOAA budget. Yeah, I heard that. I heard they're cutting NOAA. That really frustrates me a lot. Check out Stormrunner Media, Storm Chasers, Max Velocity Weather. Yeah, I've heard of these. Yep, I've heard of all of those. Trump is isolating everything. A lot of us communities are going to start running thin. Yeah, I don't know. Here's the thing. You know what? Here is some potential good news for 2026. Now, when I say this, I do not want you all to. Oh well, thank you, Barla. That is very, very generous. You do not have to do that, but I will take your $1.35, and next time I stream, I will have. You can't even buy a soda for $1.25 anymore. That's how bad inflation is. Like seriously, that's how horrible inflation has gotten. It's like I remember going down to the store when I was a kid, like walking down to the gas station for my dad's office and getting like a donut and like a soda and I think like maybe even a slice of pizza for like $5. And it's like now it's like good luck. Like that's gonna cost you like what, $12 now? If that, I mean Jesus. What was I saying? Trump was saying, yeah. So okay, what I was trying to say before. So some good news for 2025. Okay. And when I say this, again, I want to remind everybody, like, I want everybody to really give a shit about these midterms. I want everybody to pay attention, keep calling your senators, keep letting your government know what you want, all right? Even the Republicans will eventually, if enough people are calling the Republicans in Congress and saying, we are really upset about this and will vote Democrat if you don't shape up, I guarantee you that the Republicans will just put Trump to bed. Literally, put him to sleep, and they'll run the gun. He's done for the day. Give him his past fire. He's good. But what I want to say though is the good news is Republicans are starting to draw lines in Congress. They are. I mean, it's becoming public now, as you know, that if Trump actually does anything with Greenland, which he keeps threatening it, and I think it's because I honestly think Trump is threatening the Greenland stuff right now. I'm not saying he won't do it, but I really think that because the cat's out of the bag with Venezuela. People are now worried. They take Trump seriously, and so Europe is preparing for that. Trump knows they're preparing for that. He knows if he does attack Greenland, it's game over for him in a lot of ways. So I'm more likely to incline that Trump might not actually do it. I'm not saying he won't. I'm just saying it's more he might not. And then on top of that, though, if he does, or even if he doesn't, Republicans are starting to show that they're not. Trump is not the future, no matter what, no matter how you look at it, right? And the Republicans need to maintain control for decades to come. That's their plan, right? And if Trump is no longer the future, how are they going to do? How are they going to maintain that control? And so you're going to start seeing a shift with Republicans in Congress to start pushing back against Trump. I do think that's going to start happening. But again, we need to make sure that they feel that heat as well, because that's the only way to maintain that, really. So, and I think that will be. I mean, it's going to be pretty stagnant. I wish we can get back to a point where we weren't stagnant. We actually had a president and a Congress that really gave a shit about our country and wanted to push us forward. I really hope that happens in 2028. I would love to see Gavin Newsom get in there, and really, because I think he'd be I just think Gavin Newsom would do freaking fantastic for this country, but that's my opinion. Okay, let's read some comments here. What reports the no we have? Oh, sorry, I'm gonna scroll up a little bit here and we'll go through some of these. Trump is cutting $2 billion from rehab centers. Apparently, he doesn't want people to find help either. No, he does not. Trump does not give a crap about people. Reports of NOAA, with how much they reduced the budget, we have half or less than our balloon launches now. Yeah, that's. I mean, NOAA doesn't help the regime. NOAA is very much a for the people program. So if he's not helping the regime, then it's not going to make money, right? That's how a fascist government works, unfortunately. Trump has cut FEMA, NOAA, and Health, Human Services, Social Security. Yep. He does that stuff, does that shit, man. 2026 is the year of red fire horse. It means war. Hopefully we can avoid that, but, it's definitely looking like it's getting closer. Man, all I had. We need food and drinks low now. Yeah. It's more than I can afford. Yeah. Yeah, $12 for a sliced pizza, a soda, and like a donut or something. That's a lot. Let's see here. I'm trying to get through some of these comments. I wish that I agree with you. If we invade Greenland, 9 would impeach him. We need 11 of them. Yeah. Well, I think that number would increase. I think that if Trump truly did that, he really started that, I think there's a lot of Republicans that are not... The ones that are openly saying it actually have guts. But there are a lot of Republicans that feel that way, but they're just not saying anything. But I think that if Trump did that, they would come out of their hidey holes. I'm just letting you know. I think that would happen, because that would just it's the blood's in that party then, right? They can't deal with that. So they'd have to respond and very, very harshly in order to kind of repair that, if you want to call it that. At least the PR of that. Let's see. Metal cap. Lips. what was your thought? What is your thought on the Verizon outage on Wednesday? I don't have Verizon. I have AT&T, and I didn't notice anything really from my end. But I will say this: Verizon, from what I have with Verizon, they have a lot. They don't really have a lot of good infrastructure. Their infrastructure is kind of meh. They're not great with their infrastructure. AT&T is kind of weird because it's like it's not great either, but somehow it's solid. You know, and it doesn't. Not always, but somehow AT&T stays solid. Denmark owns Greenland. Denmark is NATO, so how would that end? It's pretty crazy. USA state yeah. Well, again, it doesn't make any sense why. I honestly, okay, just put this Greenland shit to bed. The only reason why Trump is even talking about this at this point is because he wants to distract everybody from the Epstein files. Because, as we now know, Congress has failed yet again, or the Trump administration has failed, or has dropped the deadline yet again to release all the files, like DOJ has, and Trump is just doing whatever he can to distract from that, so it's politically not in the limelight of Congress or the news or whatever. Because obviously, who cares about the files whenever Trump is done in Greenland, right? But that's exactly what he wants. He wants it's working. Trump's distractions are working, and that's the sad reality. Because we have to pay attention to it, because now he basically showed us that he's not just trying to distract us. It's real. The crazier the farther we push Trump, the crazier he gets. Oh, I changed 2 years. Trump is a more narcissist. Yeah, I mean, Trump's just a fucking. He's just old and shitty. That's what Trump is. Old and shitty. You know, whatever he was before in life, it's like twice as bad now because he's just old. I mean, like when I say old, I mean like 80s old. Okay, I'm gonna kind of move down here. What about Trump supporters pretending to be ICE because Trumpstein said he would place insurrection on Minnesota? Considering what happened to the Capitol, fake ICE officials are next. You know, something I read recently that I would absolutely feel would ring true is that if you are family, like if you're family of an ICE agent, they like are disowning you right now. I've read that recently where like family members of ICE agents, even if like they're like traditionally like not the ones that like are doing all the bad shit, they don't care. It's like to work for ICE right now is just like a bad thing. It like nobody likes you. Today on old and shitty. So I respectfully disagree. I believe they will try to invade Greenland. The U.S. ambassador said 2 days ago that Iceland is going to be the 52nd state. Trump doesn't joke; he floats ideas. Oh no, I definitely think that Trump. Let's again, as long as people are not talking about the Epstein files, he probably won't do much of anything until we start really pushing, or that, or if Trump gets backed into a corner politically, then he'll start doing like some bombastic shit. So I think you're actually right. No, I agree with you. I think if Trump, what I mean is if like he's not pushed at all, but as Trump is pushed, he will start doing crazy shit. That's how he works. You know, he's a child in an old man's body. You know, as soon as he starts getting, you know, upset, or he throws a temper tantrum. It's literally what this shit is. The only problem is that he throws a temper tantrum on the world stage as the president of the United States. You know, it's a problem. People are leaving, saying goodnight. I cannot tell how many people are actually on. I'm seeing your chats, but my concurrent viewers count is 0. I don't know what YouTube's problem is. I've tried refreshing the page and it does not fix itself, so we'll just ignore that. I'm just going to trust that chat is here and we're good to go. So, Trump stops states from regulating artificial intelligence. first beast gives the second beast the power to speak. Revelation 13:15. Yeah, okay. Honestly, the Watchman. I am not a religious person, so some of your stuff is cool, but like I'm not gonna like entertain all that. Just letting you know off bat, I'm not a religious person. Trump Greenland isn't a Trump thing. Miller wants it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You know, that's the thing though, is there's not enough people that to support that in the Republican Party in reality, and so I don't see that going far. Even if Trump really truly did start an invasion, I truly think Congress would shut it down relatively quickly. I just that's because again the blood on that is in Republicans' hands at that point politically, and I just they're not they that destroys their party, and that's game over for Trump. He's not he won't get far with that. I mean, again, think of it in like Russia terms. When Russia first invaded Ukraine, um, the only reason why that war continues is because Putin is the only one that actually drives the government. But in this case, if there was a Congress there, they'd be like, no. So because again, doing something like that means a lot more than just that. That's a line you don't cross. So yeah, honestly, the Venezuelan oil thing, I don't. That's not gonna like the oil companies have made it clear they don't see they're not investing in Venezuelan oil because it doesn't make any sense for them. So I don't know. I don't. I guess that's the funniest thing is like the Venezuela thing is again that's a good example. It's dying. Like Venezuela will be old news. Um, I truly think Venezuela is going to turn into like oh we again this is not trying to like downplay it. I truly think that again like all of this stuff has a cost. War has a cost, and you're dumping tons of money into invading a country. There needs to be a return on that because, sorry, not sorry, corporations are paying for all of this in some way, and if they're not seeing a return on it, it's just they're going to put a stop to it because Republicans are, by the way, the ones that head that. In Congress, of course, Democrat. I say not. I don't say Democrats because Democrats obviously don't want this. They just don't have the majority. So, but no, Democrats will absolutely be like, yeah, sure, we're not supporting this, of course. You know, Hitler invaded Denmark with lies about security. Now Trump is starting to take Greenland from Denmark. Kind of weird. I mean, if you're going to go down that road, there's tons of parallels. There have been for many years between Trump and Hitler. Operation planned for months, and the CIA had been down there a couple of years. Yeah, I mean, I think as the thing is, I feel like there's a disconnect though. I mean, Venezuela has been a problem child for the United States for a long time now. But it's kind of like one of those things we just don't generally deal with because there's just not really again there's not a cost to benefit ratio enough there to where we actually say okay let's go get them, you know. So if it's all happening, if you ignore it, it'll come back on you, dude. What am I ignoring? I have literally okay. The Watchman. I have literally converted my tech channel into politics to literally scream for bloody hell that this country is not doing enough to stop what is happening. Please tell me what ignoring. um, I mean, it's not. So like, let me be clear. I'm not a religious person, like I said. It's you know I'm not that because I don't I see things more logically, and because I see things more logically, I know that what's happening right now in our country is bad. So I don't. I see on 50 was Russia threatening the United States, and sometimes Putin bluffs. but he sounds a bit serious now. What happened to Venezuela and the Iran killing protests? Yeah, I mean, Trump is gonna change his tone. I don't know. Trying to keep track of what the fuck that goes on in that man's head, I think is kind of just like it's frustrating. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to take seriously anymore with Trump and what not to. I think, and honestly, I don't really want my channel to focus dramatically on Trump and what he's doing because I think we're giving him too much credit if we do that. I would rather try to like face, okay, hey, what can we do to get this man out of office? Right? Just flat out. Like we need to convince enough people in this country to call their senators, call elected officials, and get this man out of office. Because we can all agree on one thing: he's a problem, right? This dude is not running the country effectively. He's not. He's going after things he shouldn't be abroad versus and doing nothing about what's actually happening here at home. We have a housing crisis. We have grocery prices that are horrible. Inflation is still going up. Is still a problem. He promised to fix these things. He's not. He was elected to fix these things. He's not done anything to fix these things, and so that's how I want to promote things. I think I just think we can ignore. Or sorry, we can agree the guy's messed up, and he's done enough now we can thoroughly agree he's a problem, right? Do I have any social media? I have thought about creating a Discord server. I do not have any social media for the channel, essentially. I do... Right now I have nothing for the channel, specifically. However, I will probably build a Discord server for the channel at some point. I'm not going to be putting anything on X. I never liked Twitter to begin with, especially after Elon Musk. No, I'm not doing anything with X. Blue Sky, again, I'm not really a fan of that whole soundbite thing. It's just not what I want to do. So, and I want something that's easy-ish to kind of maintain. So I think Discord will be the place. Have a separate chat space for y'all. Besides here on the channel and in comments and things like that. So... In fact, I'm wondering if that might be a good idea for channel memberships. It's sellouts, I'm sorry. Maybe you get like Discord perks or like, I don't fucking know. I gotta figure out how to do that. I made a video a while back saying I would do channel memberships, and I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to do that. It's fastly approaching. I'm getting up to close to 2,000 subscribers, and that's when I said open up memberships, and I want to be able to... commit to that promise. Yeah. There's a lot. Some of y'all post a lot of comments. Okay. Sorry, I don't have like the attention span to read this shit. As the Bible says, the people are senseless without knowledge. Oh, dude, I fucking say that. A lot of people, like I said, like my video from last night. I mean, that's the most frustrating thing about doing all of this is that people just don't care about the politics. They just, like, when you go, like, it's hard for me to go to work right now. And again, I'm actively not working. I'm actually, I actually do have a potential job offer at the moment to go back to work somewhere else, but that's still in the works. But it's hard to go to work right now because you're like, people still act like nothing is happening in the world. Like, leave politics out of the office, and I understand that, but I'm also like, are we really going to ignore the fact that ICE can show up at any point and start raiding this building? Are we really going to just ignore that? Ben, my volume sucks. Oh, yeah, and I know. I have this fee-fine microphone from Amazon I bought like 5 years ago. It's crap. I am sorry. I don't have a lot of money, so I need to work on my my setup here. That's why I don't do a lot of live streams, because honestly my quality is not great with this. yeah, try pretending things are normal is just um, it's hard. Yeah, how's it going, Snowy Owl? How are you doing, man? But yeah, no, trying to pretend things are normal is just it's rough. I can't do it. I struggle with that. It's part of my struggle is just like I can't. Let's see. Anyways, I don't know. Trying to read some of the stuff here. Some guy in Save Us All wasn't supposed to be Trump. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna. So here's the thing. Let's talk about voting for a second. Specifically with like voting, I feel like again a lot of people think that the voting system is like problematic and corrupt. So voting machines, like when you go, let's say you go to the you go to vote, right? And you go up to the ballot box, or you go get your like you go up to the thing. Okay, you get the ballot. You sit down at like the table, with the folders around you, and you vote. And then when you're done, you take your ballot and you put it in a little thing, and it takes your ballot and it scans it and it dumps it in a big bucket. That's what it does. Um, it so scanning. That's all that thing does. It's literally just a scanner. That's all the voting machine is. It's just a scanner. It's nothing more. It's a big scanner. Like the exact same thing as an office scanner, just with maybe a little bit more hardening around it, to protect it from people like easily messing with it. And so all it's doing is tallying. It's not even. It's just literally just tallying what is what. And then at the end of when the polls close, they look at the computer, look at all the tallies, and then they go back and then recount the ballots by hand, and they compare the numbers between what the scanner scanned and what the ballots actually what they hand counted. Now, if there is a discrepancy, they have to recount everything all over again and figure out where the discrepancy is, right? And that does happen. Sometimes they either miscount on their end or the computer messed something up just because, oops, not like someone hacked into it. It just thought that this bubble wasn't filled in correctly or whatever, you know. But but once they have that tally, they take that number and the county posts that to their website or whatever, and then that number is collected from there. So you can see this publicly. This entire system is completely public. Okay, I've worked for a county. I know how this works. I know how these voting machines work. I know how the voting system works in general. I'm here to tell you it's very fair. Yeah, high DPI seems OCR inside. Yeah, they don't even keep record of who votes for who. It's all corrupt. They're not supposed to keep a record of who votes for who. That's the point. All they're doing is tallying. They keep a record of who showed up to the polls, but they don't keep a record of who voted for who. That's the point. I have a MAGA friend who blocked me on TikTok for not supporting Trump. Well, good for them. Good for them, honestly. Who cares? Yeah. The watchdog spamming the chat. Whatever. I mean, honestly, here's the thing. People can come here and express their opinions, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to shut them down. I'm just let you know. If I don't agree with you all on something, then I'll let you know like that, and that's perfectly fine though. It doesn't mean like you're a bad person or that I don't like you or something. It's just that I disagree with you, and that's something we've lost in this country is that it's no longer normal to disagree. If I disagree with you, you're a horrible person. No, that's not That's not what that means. It's just that maybe you're incorrect about something, or maybe I'm incorrect about something. We can debate that. She blocked me because I joined her live and went against immigration. Nice. Yeah, see, that's a thing. Notice how if MAGAs come on my live stream, I don't give a shit. Like they're again, I will absolutely let them come on here. Now if they're like spamming the chat, like legitimately just like like trying to destroy the chat, like spend the same thing over and over again, I will moderate that. But if they're like disagreeing with me casually, that's not something I'm gonna block. Um, yeah. Mail-in ballots. There's nothing wrong with mail-in ballots. I would say this. Here's the thing I have against mail-in ballots. I honestly think that everybody, for just because people are worried about the election system potentially being rigged, which it's not. Stop trying to blame a system that literally gives you the right to decide who you want to be in power. It's just it. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me that I mean, again, if you think there's something wrong with it, then you can go to your county government and request a sunshine, and say, hey, how does this work? How does that work? You can request basically what they call it, sunshine law, where they have to release certain amount. They can't really give you everything, but I mean, if you're curious about how something is being done or handled, they're obligated to show you. I did those all the time. So they call them sunshine requests. Rockland County, New Wyatt, District 35. I don't know. Honestly, I'm not. I don't actually know. Did that happen? I mean, at least as far as I know, what I have been in charge of, I've never seen an issue with election systems personally. Again, I feel like sometimes people, they see someone repost something and they're like, did that officially happen, or again, interrogate that information is what I would say. Um, I don't know. I think a lot of people have a lot of fucked opinions. That's what I think. I think at some point we just have to. Honestly, man, I've never had a problem with the voting system. I've never seen an issue with it personally. I don't know. Lawsuits go after. So anyone can sue anyone for anything. That does not mean that that lawsuit has any merit, right? Like, I can sue somebody for walking on my front yard, but I'm unlikely to win that lawsuit because it doesn't. I mean, I didn't put up a sign saying no trespassing. Yeah, you can. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of, I guess I am a bit sick of the argument, because I think the problem is that when we talk about all this voter corruption, things like that, and when people really don't know if there's any corruption, it's, I don't think that you're gonna get very far with that, because the issue is that you're defending, you're telling people that it's not safe to vote, and then people will take that and go along with that and be like, oh, well, it doesn't matter. I mean, we constantly fight. I constantly have to fight people in the comments, as you know. It's frustrating, where people say it's not. It's, oh, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to vote because it doesn't matter. Well, why do you think that? It just. I mean, you know what? Let's say the voting system is corrupt. Let's say it is. Do it anyway. What is it? What harm does it bring to just literally hell? Your employer gives you time. They're required by law to give you enough time to go and vote. If anything, if nothing else, it is an excuse to leave work. So then go leave work and go vote and be like, cool, I got out of work for an hour or so. What? So I mean, it doesn't. I mean, what? Even if you think it's a corrupt system, fucking do it anyway. You know. And hey, guess what? Maybe it counts. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. You know, it's like I don't. I just think. I know you're not saying don't vote. I'm just saying I think it when you start to try to go after the system like that, you start to send because again it's so hard just to get people to go and vote. So any narrative that might give people a reason not to vote, they're gonna jump on that because they're fucking lazy. I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy. Well, that's also true, but it doesn't make any sense to me to sit here and fall for that. Oh man, we're starting to have some heated debates in the comments. I've not been keeping up with this. Did I block comments? Just not reading them. I'm reading some of your comments, but honestly, I'm picky and choosy about what all I read. Let's see. And sometimes I don't know. And honestly, though, I will say if I am not seeing comments, it's possible I'm not seeing every comment. YouTube is weird. It's just like every so often it says they have 0 viewers. I know that's not true because I'm watching you guys post comments. We should have a national holiday for voting. We should have a national holiday for voting. I mean, you kind of do though. Again, your employer is you're supposed to be able. They law they give you that time to go vote. Vote by mail, then deer hunt all day. I mean, whatever the heck floats your boat, man. I don't care. Just do it. Just go and vote. Super chat your comment. Okay, I will do that, man. Trump is picking fights with all the superpowers, and you guys, some of you think you can vote your way out of this. So we can. That's the point of this country. We literally can. But okay. I believe MAGA movement is misguided. Oh, it absolutely is. Non-religious does not equate to godless. Yield shall not pass. Okay. See, I'm trying to read all your comments, but you all keep posting more. It's the thing is, when these streams, I need everybody to understand, when these streams get popular, like really popular, where I've got like hundreds of people on, if that ends up happening, I can't read every comment. That'll be too insane. But that'll be like. We'll be here all night. I'll have to like record. I'll have to just like pre-record a stream and like not do anything. Come back and read every single comment and like I don't know, make commentary on it, and then I don't know. Oh yeah, we can absolutely disagree. Like I said, I'm not saying I don't like you or something. I'm just being like, again, I've worked with voting machines before. I've worked around the system. I know that we are. I've seen this from a systems administrator point of view. You know what's funny? When the last election in 2024, the amount of LDAP requests that the county got from WAN connections, it was weird. Like, why do you think you're going to hack into a system with LDAP requests? Like, what do you? I guess maybe, but LDAP. I mean, how is that going to get you anywhere? Again, whatever. People do crazy things. That was like the most common way to try to get into it. It was like, oh, we're gonna send a bunch of LDAP requests. Maybe they'll get in that way. I don't know. If you don't have God, you don't have any rights, and your rights are endowed by your Creator. No, they're not, dude. I don't. Here's the thing. Okay, you know what? Y'all want to talk religion for a second? Religion, in my wonderful opinion, is the largest scam that has ever existed. And by the Watchman 3918, you're gonna love this. It's the largest scam that has ever existed. It's and for the very same reason that Trump. I like how my viewer count went down when I said that. Y'all left. Y'all like, nah, I'm darting out with this one. I don't know. But no, there is no greater, larger scam than religion. It's to put it mildly, is again, I did a video on this a long time ago. It's the same mental illness. I'm just gonna call it what it is. It's the same mental illness that makes people believe in Trump. It doesn't matter what Trump does, and he can move the goalpost all he wants, right? They're still gonna support him. Religion is the very same thing. In fact, religion is how these Trump supporters. That's how these crazies usually are. They're usually religious people because they don't. Their mind is programmed to just be incredibly loyal, for no fucking reason, right? So I don't know. I don't want to go too far into that. I don't know, but that. So again, here's the thing. I grew up in a family that wasn't religious, and I got to be honest with you. I grew up around people in my school that were religious, and I'm here to tell you that I was probably one of the nicest kids in my school. So if you're like, I didn't pick on kids. I wanted to be left alone, so left everybody alone. And I just, I cared about people. That's what I'm doing now. I'm trying to like show people, hey, wake the fuck up. But so many people would just, honestly, religious people are usually fucking assholes. I gotta be honest with you. So to sit there and be like, oh, well, you don't have morals if you're not religious, you're like a fucking hypocrite, dude. Like, I often see people that are religious to be fucking assholes. People can't handle the thought of nothing after. Religion, I think, is people are required for. Yeah. People don't. Yeah, that's the other thing is like people are scared of death, right? They're scared of accepting that this life is the only life they're ever going to have. But you know the irony of that? I think that it's really sad because religious people, I literally think they waste their life because they don't, and they go to work every day 9 to 5 and they do the whole thing and they waste their life because they think that the afterlife is where their real life begins. I truly think that happens sometimes. I've seen that actually a little bit before in my life, some people I've been around, and it's really sad to me because I'm like, in reality, you're wasting your life. You're not going to get a life. But you've tried some trolls. They consider mods. I know. I should get some mods. Here's the thing. I have never. My channel has never been this successful, so I have to like be very careful. Because like I love the idea of growing, but at the same time, oh god, there are some things I need to do to prepare for this. Okay, so here's the thing. I just made the mod. I will bring social this chat. Here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. Okay, I need y'all to understand though something too. People are gonna do stupid shit, right? They're gonna say stupid shit, and I welcome that. I do, because here's the thing: you gotta expose them. All right. If we're not exposing the stupidity, then we're not doing our job, right? So yeah, you gotta do it. Spiritualism and religion are completely different. Oh yeah, no, I 100% agree. Yeah, no, spiritualism is I was actually gonna do a video about this around Halloween. I believe in ghosts. Well, okay, let me take that back. I believe in the possibility. I shouldn't even really say I believe. I think it's possible that ghosts can exist scientifically. I'm not saying they do because I've never had a witness, but I think that it's possible, but I wouldn't tie them to a religious thing. Like, to me, that's like, that could stand outside of religion. Does that make any sense? I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy. But going back to the mods comment, yeah, we probably should have mods. We probably should have mods. Okay, here's what I want y'all to do. If you actually are interested in being a mod for my channel, I will. Some of my core followers, I consider it. I have an email address on my channel, and if you want to email me, just because honestly, I kind of want to. I don't want to say I want a formal interview, but I just want to like ask you a few questions off the public spectrum, just so I can just I don't know, just to make sure we were clear on what the on what that means for the channel, and then we can go from there. So if you want to, I think I'd like to thank the Academy. Then you have to separate what the Bible says from what the church is, and you never read the Bible, understand what you're making. You know what? The Watchmen. First of all, that doesn't make any sense. What do you mean? What the Bible says from the churches say? The churches are what pushes the Bible, but okay. Second of all, I have a funny story about that. So when I was a kid, I grew up. I loved Arthur C. Clarke. Is one of my favorite authors. Okay, love Arthur C. Clarke. And I was already reading. I already read a few of his books. Like when I was like a third grader, right? And remember, my family they're not a religious family. And so I hold on to the Watchmen. You gotta like let me freaking talk. You gotta let me finish my story before you're like, I'm gonna Google shit, man. Just let me finish my story, man. You listen up for a second, seriously. So my family wasn't religious, and essentially I read like science fiction novels on the bus from home, usually. And there was this girl that I forget her. I'm not gonna say her name, but she went to school with me back then when I was in third grade. And she handed me a Bible on the bus one day, and I had never read the Bible because, again, my family's not religious, right? She's like, "Hey, I want you to take this home and read it." So I said, "Okay, fine, whatever. I'll do that. I'll take it home and read it." I did kind of push her off. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not sure I'm gonna like it," because I was already into sci-fi novels, and so I was like, I would, I just wanted to kind of, I don't know, like, I'm picky about what I read and what I watch, that kind of thing, right? With everything. It was like, fine, I'll take this home and read it. Took this Bible home, and I started reading it, and literally the first flippin' thing, God created the sun, the moon, the stars. No, he did not. And even my own sci-fi crap novels can attest to that one. Against that one, I mean. And so I read a little more of it. You know what the Bible sounds like to me when you read it? It sounds like a big fucking fairy tale. Like, literally. Like, it sounds like mystical and magical and ooh. And so I just was like, okay, never mind. I'm going to put this bad boy back in my backpack. And the next morning, or next day or whatever, I gave this book back to this lady, and she was so mad. How dare you? How dare you give this book back to me? It's like it's offensive to her that I gave it back. And I was like, well, I don't want it. It sucks. This book sucks. So yes, The Watchmen. I have attempted to read the Bible. And again, compared to actual scientific knowledge, it doesn't stand up. Just here to tell you, buddy. So there you go. Okay. Now we're going to read comments again before I get yelled at on my chat. Charlie Kirk is much greater than Jesus Christ himself. I don't fucking know what the hell I mean. Sometimes y'all are being student trolls. Yeah. Goodness gracious. Oh, man. Oh, man. I was involved with religion for years. I was a candle boy in my Methodist church. I've read the Bible and know the teachings pretty well. And like I said, like, okay, so if we look at the Bible, right? I've read the Bible unfolded. If we are to look at it, there are some things in the Bible that generally like do have some, like, standing outside the religious piece, right? They actually do have some good meaning. But the problem is the Bible. It takes a lot of that from other sources, right? That's what it's done over the years. Uh, and so I don't know. We like to use it as a tool of guidance in a lot of ways, but there's so many other sources. I don't know. I mean, I'd rather just go directly to the horse's mouth for some of the shit. Uh, I don't know. How's it going, Blackfish 1989? Can you handle having us demons in your chat, Ben? Oh fuck yeah, of course I can, man. Dude, listen here. I do not give a crap about y'all being in my chat. Y'all are awesome, all right? I support y'all no matter what you think. As individual people. Maybe not your beliefs, but maybe not all your opinions and beliefs, but at least as individual people, I think y'all are awesome. Humans wrote the Bible, yeah. Like humans wrote it. The scrolls that eventually became the Bible. So essentially, I'll be going back to the same box that you'll not. Yeah. So the Watchmen you're projecting right now, dude. Why can't you just accept that evolution's a fucking thing? Let me ask you that. So are you just gonna act? Are you gonna when we have scientific evidence that supports shit, and you deny it because your Bible doesn't say so? Isn't that going back into your own box, buddy? I think so. I don't know. I just think that if it's honestly like it's like taking an entire library. Like you can look into the entire like a library filled with hundreds of thousands of books, but all of those books are irrelevant because of this one book we call the Bible. This one book contains all the information you'll ever need. It sounds like a horrible sales pitch, honestly. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like a horrible sales pitch. I don't know. It doesn't. I don't know. It just makes no sense to me as a person of logic and reason. Not all Bible thumpers think the Earth is 6K years old. Depends on the. Oh yeah. What's the other thing? Is like when you think of the churches, there's different. They interpret it differently. So it's like you're coming after me for not even believing it in the first place. But y'all have all these different churches out there that have your own little different interpretations. And I'm like, oh, for the hell. You disagree with each other. How am I supposed to believe the scam whenever y'all can't even agree on what the scam is? I don't know. That's my thought. Oh man, we should start a. Do you guys want to start a book club on this channel? Or you read something else? Ben's book club. God damn. That'll get a lot of views, right? People would love that. Maybe, I don't know. Boy, oh boy. I'm a meat cutter in Eastern Washington. My heart goes out to all of you who care about human rights and climate issues. These troubling times leave it. Yeah, it's troubling times for sure. Again, I think that's what I'm saying is like if we're gonna, like I was saying in my video last night, kind of what I briefly touched on this, not really, but I sort of touched on it. To follow the news day in day out, there's plenty of channels doing that, right? There's plenty of news sources doing that. Here's my problem. I don't think I'm going to be very popular or very likable as a person, just being honest with you, if I continue to just focus on what's happening right now without saying, here's what we can do to get around this, get away from it, excuse me, and move forward like we were once before. I think it would be that's like when I make videos about this stuff and talk about it, the reason why I say go vote in the midterms. The reason why I say is to call your Congress people because these are solutions we have. These are things we can do. And I often don't see a lot of other content doing that. And it frustrates me because I know it's probably a hard sell, but I just don't. But when that is the obvious solution, I don't understand why people aren't saying. I feel like if we did talk about that more, it would be less of a hard sell. Science isn't about proving things; it's about disproving things. I mean, that's the science is just a scientific method. Science is literally just you have a theory. How am I going to test this theory to prove that this theory is true? And then you do those things. Do these tests. It works. Do the test again. Find something that it always results to this thing. And then you've proven that this works. Now, the way that can be used to disprove something, like for instance, religion, if we've proven that that there is no heaven up there in the clouds because we've gone past the clouds, and oh look, there's space. The Bible never mentions space. At least I've never seen it mention space. So I don't know. I just think that yes, science can be used to disprove things, but only on the basis that you've already proven something else first. And then so if something tries to counter that, then sure, but it has to have evidence to support that counter. So I guess both, really. You major in computer science. That's cool. I didn't major in anything at all. I didn't go to college. So I'm totally not smart. People told me I should go into computer science, and I absolutely told them no because I was like, I just want to fix computers. I don't want to do that. I don't know. I'm really not a smart person, so I don't think college would be for me. We could at least agree on that, though, Watchmen. MAGA is Satanism. I mean, I don't really. Again, I ain't about to sit here and get religious on us, but I mean, MAGA is anything that's bad. Let's be honest about that. I appreciate the support, Melissa. That's awesome. Ben, are you more inclined to believe in the devil than God? I don't believe in either of those things, dude. Because I understand that if you drill into the freaking crust of the earth, eventually you'll hit the mantle of the earth, and maybe even the core if you go down far enough. There is nothing. There is no hell down there. There's nothing. What like? Find these entities for me and put them in front of my actual face. Maybe I will not believe in them. I will understand they exist. There's Rosa scared the crap out of me. She just waxed them around my desk. Science operates on the principle of falsification, meaning that theories can be tested against evidence. And if they fail to be disproven, they remain open to revision or rejection. I mean, there are some things we've developed into a law because we know they just work that way. That's also a thing. Telling you as people that threw away God, that are allowing the evil to come to earth. Okay, sure. Cool. Oh man, yeah. I definitely think we should get some mods in here, and I don't know. Nothing in the chat right now, I gotta be honest though, is really like pushing me to think that anything should be removed. I just wish that at some point we'd move away from the same goddamn thing. It's like, I don't know. I guess it's kind of cool to talk religion versus like science, but to me, I'm pretty set in my ways. I guess. Sorry, not sorry. I am really set in my ways. I've seen enough of my life to know I'm a science person. That's what I got, man. Let's see here. Go back and read some of their comments. I'm hoping I didn't miss anything. So the Watchmen, let me ask you this: what do you do day in day out? Like, what does your daily life look like? Since you love attention so much, I would like to know a little more about you, buddy. Religion shouldn't drive politics. Amen. On that one for sure, man. Yeah, Watchman's gonna get all. He's like, oh, look at that. Atheist said amen. Ooh, shit. I'm doing a great job. I don't know. I hope so. I'm not like, again, I use live streams more for you guys to talk one on one with me. Um, but I don't know. I hope that it works. I don't really have an agenda for these live streams. I'm sorry. I'm a professional. I can do a lot of things. Well, that didn't really answer my question, though, man. Like, what do you do? Like, what's your day job? Told you all what I did. Scientists don't actually consider them proven, even gravity. Nobody has so far been to disprove it. You just weren't thinking of it this way. It's like Microsoft GPU working. I mean, I can see your argument partially. You know, there's always, yeah, science is constantly evolving, right? That's for sure, right? And that's the beauty of science too, right? We can, you know, when we find, oh, maybe this, when we disprove a law or something, or like we reevaluate something and we learn more about something, we update our knowledge. Absolutely, you know, and that's the beauty of science. Religion, on the other hand, doesn't do that. They never update anything. Everything's always sacred. Even when we have proven to them that what's in their bullshit Bible book is wrong in so many accounts, oh no, it cannot be wrong. It just can't be wrong. It just can't be. For literally no reason. It just can't be. Well, there you go. I'll leave it at this. You still have a lot to learn, but yet little time to do so. I've got a lot. Oh, that's all. You know what? I will agree with you there. I have a lot to learn in this world. I constantly love to learn. I absolutely am a big old learner. You know, in general, I do love to read shit all the time, and I count the days, and I'm like, I'm moving closer and closer to the grave, and we all have, honestly, that applies to all of us. We all have a finite amount of time to learn and do what we want to do in our lives. So I know that's not the message you were trying to say, but that's how I interpreted it. Sorry. All-time favorite Simpsons moment is the judge issuing a restraining order. Science and religion must remain at least 100 feet apart at all times. Yeah, makes sense. Religion and politics are fear-based control tactics. Religion, yes. Politics can be used for that, but also, in my opinion, politics is really just, I mean, politics is something that applies to all of us, right? Like, we all deal with the consequences of what happens if we don't pay attention to what our system is doing. Um, so yeah. Oh, I totally agree, Lucky Strikes. I'm not trying to disagree with you. I just trying to clarify, because here's the thing: if we don't clarify what this all means, then the religious fuckers will twist our words and make us into asses that we're not, and because they're projecting and trying to. Because here's the thing: religious people don't actually have a valid argument, and so they have to twist our words so that it makes us look bad and then look good. That's just so I've learned that, and so therefore I want to be clear on my points, so that my words they're still gonna be twisted, but at least it makes it harder. This is a political chat. No, it's not. This chat is for anyone. No, this is my fucking channel. I'll tell you what it is. This is definitely a political chat, but it's also a religious chat. It's also whatever the hell you want to talk about chat. This is the chill chat. This is the chill Saturday night live stream chat. Is what that is. Okay. I'm on a dozen. Yeah, whatever. Well, honestly, dude, if you are on a dozens of channels, then why the fuck you? I feel very actually. If you are on, if you're so well known, um, then and you're like coming to my channel, that's I guess thank you. that that's I don't know. That's true. I appreciate that. That looks makes me look great. You know what I'm saying? All right. So you know what? I have a question for chat. What does it say the viewer count is for you guys? Because for me, it says zero concurrent viewers. It's been saying that for a very long time, and I do not understand why. Religious people don't do anything that's considered gifted, I guess, as a child and was involved in church. I tend to leave them with an open mouth and nothing to say. Well, yeah, because they have religious people don't have anything to say, except our Bible is the fucking truth, nothing but the truth, and it can't be argued with, and that's just bullshit. That's just accepting you're not good. That's you essentially saying, I don't want to debate. I'm not a religious person. I'm a watchman. Ooh, crafty. Anyways, let's see. Go back to live chat. Am I seeing all of the comments? I don't know why. I see 3 people. Okay, yeah. 4. Yeah, it literally says 0 for me. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think there's like a ton of people, but I think it's. I don't know. Some say 6. 6 participants. Yeah, okay. Oh, you want that? I see what you want, that moderator job. Oh man. Oh man. Where's my phone, by the way? Gotta like check. I don't actually think I have my. Okay. Share me information. That's cool. I get that. Anyways, so what else can we talk about besides religion and politics? I mean, obviously that those are cool things to talk about, but I'm not saying don't talk about those. I'm just saying what else is on everyone's minds right now. I guess you know what I will do. I will kind of zoop some things around here. People need to limit their purchases in order to fight the oligarchy. Okay, that one I agree with. I genuinely think that we. How many chatters have you blocked? I have not blocked a single chatter. Okay, I have not blocked a single chatter. Just letting you guys know. I don't. It's. It, I'm pretty lax when it comes to that kind of stuff. I gotta be honest. I don't want to block y'all because I just. Um. To me, that just doesn't. I don't know. Like if you like if someone like is genuinely spamming and just trying to destroy the chat in some way, um, sure, I guess. But like if you have like an opinion I don't like, that's not enough for me to block you. To me, that's if you block someone over something like that, that's I don't know. That's dumb. How's Rose? She needs to be a guest sometime. Let's see. Rose, where you at? I could have sworn she's like around here somewhere. I don't know. Hold on 1 second. Let's see if I can find old Rose. Give me like one moment. Oh, there she is. Where are you? She was sitting in the corner of the room there. She's right here. She's cool. This chair is like, oh, goodness. Oh, she's not happy. Yeah, I know. She's like, what the hell are you doing, Ben? Here's Rose. Here she is. Little girl. I like to annoy her sometimes. I'll give her like a big old long smooch like this. And she's not doing it now, but she'll get really annoyed by that. Oh, there she goes, biting my hand. What do you think? Huh? She's really getting antsy now. She's gonna bite my nose. Oh, there she goes. She's gonna bite. There you go. There's your thing. Yeah, there she goes. She's gonna bite. You gonna bite? Oh, yep. There she goes. She's biting my hand. Is there work as a moderator? How many chat? Oh, Rose, don't bite my feet. Oh, you're asking. I'm sorry. Okay. I thought you were talking to me. Ask how many chatters do I block? Okay. I found an RC car channel that's got some of the best remix of movie cars. Interesting. I know we aren't doing politics, but the newest headline out is DoD prepares Army for possible deployment in Minnesota. Oh, no. We can, again, I'm cool to talk about anything. Yeah. I was thinking about this, and I feel like this is like probably not. This is probably not the right way to go about this issue. But do you all think that like let's say we had like a National Guard that actually gave a damn about people right now? What do you like? What could you see a scenario where we deployed the National Guard against ICE? This sounds like a horrible idea in some ways, but in some ways it doesn't. I don't know. It's like, but like, what if we have to? Like, what if we have to? Like, I don't know. I just feel like at some point it comes like that's gonna start a civil war if we do that though, man. I don't know. It's just, but it's like, what do you do? It's like you're that far in. So. That's the thing you should be doing. I mean, I thought about that earlier this morning. I'm like, is it a good idea? Because I don't want to start like a war necessarily, like a civil unrest, but at the same time, there's not anybody stopping these thugs from going around the streets, and I just don't know. I mean, I don't. And the other thing, actually, if you think about this, is that's what Trump has claimed to do is deploy the National Guard to defend and clean up crime. And so, like, if we deploy the National Guard, or Minnesota does, and they're like against the ICE thugs, politically that would be damaging. Actually, in my opinion, I don't know. I hate again the other side of that is like maybe not because civil unrest, but I don't know. Imagine having unblocked you or challenge unblock everyone because some mistakes were made. I don't think the National Guard would fight ICE. It's like cops arresting cops. I mean, but cops do arrest cops. If a cop has done yeah, that does happen actually. I know that sounds fucked, but it does happen. I mean, cops can break the law. Oftentimes they do, regardless if it's a mistake or not. It's not like cops are above the law. And if you break the law as a person, you're asked to get arrested for it, or at least prosecuted for it. Rose, what the hell are you doing? Stop beating up that bag. You're gonna return that here in a week. Anyways. Yeah, I don't know. Like the Minnesota National Guard, I do not think would. I feel like it would be like a one and done thing. Like they would go out, they would round them all up, get them out of the state, and then just basically that would send a message to say like we're not dealing with this. Yeah. Rose. All right, hold on, guys. Could you stop that? Now you're all riled up. Goodness gracious. Oh, goodness. All right. I mean, I feel like there's got to be. break the law constantly. So my I gotta be honest with you. I know of I'm around public defenders in my family, and oftentimes like part of discovery is like what did the cop do, how did they address the situation, this that whatever, and picking out what they did wrong is often on the table. So I'm here to tell you that cops break the law constantly, and the way around that is they just it's not like they're like and again, it's not like they're like in trouble for it. It's just that this person ends up not getting the full sentence of whatever they did because something was mishandled. I don't know. I don't know. I don't. I mean, does anybody actually know? Because I've not been following the situation as closely as I probably should be because, to be honest, it's fucking chaos and I just mentally can't bear it all. Um, but what are the local cops or any local law enforcement of any kind? Are they doing anything to like push back against ICE right now in Minneapolis, Minnesota? And I realize I'm asking the experts here in chat. But I probably should be looking this up for myself. But I am curious to see like what is happening. I'm following very close. So yeah, what is like? Um, I mean, I'll tell you this: I'm not dumb enough to believe what Fox News is saying about it. If you're only getting information from Fox News is telling everybody, oh yeah, well these protesters are going mad. That's obviously bullshit. Today was the first time they formed a line in the street to keep ICE from gassing and beating people. Is like the law enforcement or like just people in general? I've seen nothing else. I've seen no. That's why I'm asking because like from what I have seen, I'm not seeing law enforcement locally do anything about this, which is sad because I'm like that when when Minnesota, Minneapolis are claiming that they're against this, why aren't they doing something about it? I'm not saying that they're at fault here. I'm just saying that like you know, at least you can do is try. Okay, as a state sheriff. Okay, well that's good. That's good. That's also true. The other thing is too is like with ICE agents being unmarked, like people can so easily pretend to be agents now. Like there's been a lot of stories in the past where like people were pretended to be a cop, so they can get away with bad shit. They formed a line most just to keep the protesters from getting in the street so the feds didn't come out. Yeah, I mean, the local police force has no obligation to the federal government at all if the federal government is acting like doofuses like they are. If they're breaking the law right and left, then it's time to like make some arrests, in my opinion. Yeah, it's kind of funny because we were planning on perhaps making a trip to Minneapolis this February to see some of her family, and I don't know if it's still a good idea. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe I want to go up there and fucking start fighting in this shit. I don't know. It's like it's frustrating to watch and do nothing about it. I'll say that. So what are you saying? Maybe I'm pretending. Are you saying maybe I'm pretending? Collecting data on resistance? Is that what I'm doing? Dude, I don't fucking give a rat's ass about this ice stuff. I gotta be honest with you. I just don't care. Like, I mean, I care that it's happening and that it's horrible, but I. That's the problem. Is like so many people on my comments. They're like, I don't care about this. I don't want to vote. And I'm like, I get your energy. It sucks to have to be paying attention to this, but we have to right now. ICE impersonations are on the rise. Yeah, that's if that's true, that's just sad. But I can see it. I can see it. That's the problem. Is when you start creating chaos like this, it doesn't stop with the official stuff. Other people do some horrible shit. ICE can never harass protesters. That was always legal. Or always illegal. Yeah, no, that's not. You can't. That's. I mean, their specific job is just to enforce border security. That's literally it. That's that's all that is. You know, and they don't need to. Gosh. The cops are not pushing back against ICE at this point, and the mayor is actually now being investigated by Trump. I mean, how do you investigate somebody though whenever you're absolutely the problem that's causing all of this? I don't know. Maybe Ben's master theospan is if there is, but I agree. Oh yeah, I guys, I gotta be. Yeah, I'm not here to. I don't know. I guess there's a lot of distrust in the world, but I'm here to tell you I do not give a crap about. Honestly, I'm doing a really piss poor job at collecting information. If I'm going to like what 6, 7, 8 people and being like, "Yo, what's going on?" and like I have Amazon microphone from like 5 years ago. I have this piece of crap Logitech camera. I mean, I'm really not doing so hot right now if it comes to like really trying to peer into the minds of what people. I don't know. Um, which side am I on? I'm on the side of, hey, how about we fucking leave people alone and get Trump out of office, and how about people not have to be harassed? That would be nice. That be the side I'm on. And let's vote this shit out of power so that we no longer have to deal with this crap in our daily lives. I think I'm on that side. But that's me, man. I mean, honestly, the point of my channel really is to be like, because I'm just a normal dude. So, like, the whole, I guess, sales pitch of this is like, the selling point, if you will, is like, I'm just a normal dude. I'm not like a big time streamer. I'm not like a big time newscaster. I'm not a major network. I'm just a dude that lives in the middle of nowhere that is trying to resonate with other middle of nowhere folk people, and like hopefully show them that it's okay to not to come out and just not believe in this bullshit, because I feel like there are a lot of closeted people that just go along with this, and I feel because they feel like they're gonna get like you know persecuted or some stupid shit if they come out and say I don't support this, and I hope that my existence helps them to like not feel so scared of that. You're not going to these people out. I disagree with this sentiment. I think that we can vote these people out of power. I do. I'm sorry. I still think that's possible. I think if Republicans win the midterms this go around, it's less. Probably not. But I truly think that we have one final shot. I truly do. I don't know. Oh, goodness. You talk about a lot of things always end up back in the Bible. I mean, that's okay. Yeah, I'm still. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that if. I think, honestly, here's the thing it can't hurt to vote. It's like, you're not like spending money on voting. It's not like you're. I don't know. I don't know. I think to try to say that it doesn't voting is not a good idea. I don't know. There is a video of Trump saying there's not going to be another election if you vote him. So Trump said that a lot when he campaigned, and I think we should take that seriously. Now, Trump does not control the elections. Um, he doesn't have our current American system is still in place, and Trump therefore does not control elections. He can make the environment hostile enough to make it hard to vote. Sure, excuse me, but he can't stop elections, guys. That's not going to happen. He can't do that. He literally does not have the authority to do that, even illegally. He can't do that. Yeah, he's not. It's not going to be. And let me put it this way: if Trump does cancel elections, there's plenty of people that are not going to just sit there and tolerate that. Like, there's going to be a ton of backlash on that. That's, again, all of this. People understand that the people in this country is who actually runs the country, right? No matter how you look at it, there's more of us than there are of them. That's just, the numbers are that staggering. So you're not you're to sit there. I mean, yeah, if we all sit here and just be like, oh well, I guess we can't do anything about it, then yeah, we're letting them win. But we don't have to do that. People have more control than they think. So I don't know. That's honestly, this channel is going to be a broken record until the midterms, and we'll see. I mean, if we if we're able to my brain is starting to fry itself here. If we're able to make this, to pull this off, I'll be a very happy person. I'll leave it at that. So okay, the Watchmen. Let me clear. So when you say Ukraine has suspended their elections the past 4 years, that's Ukraine. That's Ukraine, not the United States. Ukraine has the there's a, yes, there is a law in Ukraine that in wartime they suspend elections. That does not exist here. We don't have that. Elections are still a thing here in wartime, no matter what. There's nothing that can cancel elections. So I've heard an argument before is, well, Ukraine cancel. Yeah, that's Ukraine. That's not here. Makes everything our problem. We let people execute a job we don't want to do. What's probably coming is pretty terrifying. I think if Republicans manage to pull off the midterms or win the midterms, I think after that, I mean, sure, they could still be stupid and not get a lot done. That is still a possibility, I suppose. But I would not. We cannot keep living on that mentality forever. At some point, they will have been in there long enough to get to screw enough shit up where that will just by force they'll have total control for whatever. So I just yeah. I don't know. I think if Republicans get these midterms, we are looking at a country that is very unhealthy. That's my opinion on that. I gotta go. It's almost all right. Well, see you later, Watchmen. I appreciate you coming out and keeping the chat alive. We'll put it that way. So, and I might go before too long because it has been nearly 2 hours, and as you can tell, I'm running out of things to talk about. There's not much to talk about. What I probably should spend the last bit of the stream here is, um, what do you guys? We can agree with that, Watch. And Trump is running the U.S. by executive order, not Constitution. Oh, absolutely. Trump is not following the Constitution. Period. That's clear. Um, you don't think it will last the midterms? It's definitely looking spooky. I will say, yeah, no. I think the fate. So the fate of a lot of bad shit will happen was sealed when we elected Donald Trump into power. The fate of us, the fate of our country was sealed when we elected Donald Trump into power. Even if we flip these midterms and Democrats take back a majority, we impeach Trump and all that stuff. I I just there's so much damage that has been done that will continue to be done because again, you still have a shitty White House with Vance, you know, and until at least 2028 at the earliest. There's just going to be a ton of bad that has happened that will continue to happen, and so our fate was sealed when Trump got elected for sure. That being said, we still have the ability to, you know, pull back some of the reins on this, you know, and try to, um, what am I trying to say here? Basically, try to take back some control as people. It's just that getting all of us to agree with each other, or at least agree enough on some things that we can make some things happen. You know, that's a different story. We have to. I think again. I think the key is working on people, and that's kind of what I want to do with this channel is to work on people and bring some community back, bring people back together. You know, even when we disagree, and say, okay, we have a common goal that is to get this crap out of the White House. Let's work on that. Let's work on the next party and what that means for the United States. You know. So that being said, kind of getting towards the end here of the stream. I don't know if I'll go exactly at 2 hours, but I might wrap it up not before too much longer. Um, what are some topics you all want to see me talk about? That's something, or what are some topics you might suggest? I always try to ask that question just so people have a chance to comment that. And the other thing is too is if anybody going forward, I will definitely need some help with this channel. So as it grows, so if anybody wants to apply to be a moderator, again, my email address is on my channel face. Send me a message. Well, it's just talk about a few things, and we can go from there. Nothing fancy or weird. Just hey, what do you think about this? Will you do this, and this? How do you handle this? That kind of crap, and then we can talk about that. So, I wasn't joking about Maine. So if you do live there, this is your heads up. Oh yeah, no, I think any blue state is in jeopardy right now, for sure. It's bad. I mean, but that's what I'm saying. I feel like that's honestly, if this were like literally back in December, I still had the opinion Trump is shitty, and so the longer he stays in power, like let's say he finished out his term and was a weak president, that's actually better politically. But honestly, as of now, like January, I have a completely different opinion now because of the fact that he's already done a ton of shit. I'm of the mindset now where I'm like, we probably need to impeach this asshole because this has gone too far. You know, um, I just don't see Vance doing all the same shit that Trump is doing right now. I think that if Trump got, especially if Trump got impeached and removed from office because of this, I don't. I mean, that would be anybody that would see that as okay. Maybe I shouldn't continue carrying out all this horrible shit. That would probably not go over so well. Honestly, especially if Trump does get impeached and removed from office, the chances of him going to fucking prison are pretty fucking high. I mean, uh, just at this point, holy shit. If nothing else, we want to see that man go to prison before he kicks the bucket completely. So, I mean, impeach him for that reason, if nothing else. Janet Mills warned us about potential icing. We are aware and not scared. Uh, you know, Probably the best way to be. Just be prepared, and yeah, fight back as citizens. That's and I don't want to promote violence or nothing, but when people are tackling you and your family, I mean, if they started it, I gotta be honest, I would protect my family. So I also think that local law enforcement needs to just be ready to defend against ICE at this point. I just think that needs to be accepted and needs to happen. It's Local law enforcement needs to just be ready to say, well, you know what, we already know these guys are thugs. They're not real law officers. They're just being shitty. This is all political, and so if they do something bad, they're gonna get arrested. That's the reality. Trump has already gotten out of having to go to prison. He's a felon. What can they do now? I mean, the amount of shit he's already done just now. I mean, he's got a lot more on his record at this point. Um, so, I think actually Trump. The problem is he had a couple major court cases going down um, before he got into the White House, and I think right now he's in power. He's in the White House to have that presidential immunity so that he can stay out of prison. But I think that this will all pick back up the moment Trump is out of office. Well, again, if he's not dead, that is. you know. The other thing too, if anyone is here or watches this chat or stream after the fact, and you are from like a different, how do I say this? You're from a different country. Here's what you can do to support to help us here in America. Stop buying shit online from Amazon or any like major corporation. Okay, because remember who's really behind all this. Not just Trump, but the giant corporations. They love this shit. Oh, the oh, this stuff, the wood paneling. Oh, so this house was built in 1947, and I think that has been there since then, actually. And I have done nothing to that wood paneling. I purchased this house 2 years ago, almost exactly 2 years ago now. I guess it'll be 2 years in February. Um, and it's actually a pretty solid little house. I love it a lot. So yeah, Trump needs his big beautiful funeral. Well, we're all waiting for that big beautiful obituary. So there's that. I think that's what do what do you guys think the let's say Trump does kick the bucket while he's in office. Let's play this out. What will happen? What I'm asking is, how are people going to respond? I think I know how people respond, but I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say. Like, do you like? What do you think would happen? Do you think that people would like? There's going to be like a right and a left. You're going to have obviously a mishmash of opinions, but I feel like there's going to be those that like get so upset they go fucking berserk, and then there are going to be those that like throw a fucking like a new like it's going to be like a party across the United States and some dancing in the streets. That'll be a thing. I feel like there's going to be a combination of like insane partying and like insane fighting. That's what I think. If he thought he could control the midterms, he wouldn't be talking about it, though. Yes, precisely. Thank you, Ethan. I really, Ethan Tracy. That is very true. Trump is worried about the midterms, okay? And I want us all to put those worries to, like, to truth, I guess I should say. I'll be smoking a lot of weed that day. Yeah, I mean, I ain't about that, but hey, I get it, man. That would be an interesting day. That would be a day. It'll be. I kind of hope he does die in office, to be honest. I mean, I feel like people. The problem with that, there's always a political there's always political, problems, all of this stuff. But at this point, man, fucking who cares? At some point, he's got to move on. Yeah, I think that it'll be an interesting day when Trump dies in office, or I don't know, or just dies in general, honestly. And I think that day is not too far away. To be honest, that man is not healthy. Not that I want to be clear because I'm sure. Oh, you just never know these things. That no, I am not citing that someone go and assassinate the guy. No, just want to be clear because I don't want to be responsible for that. But I will say, I gotta be honest though. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of people that are pretty happy about this when he does kick the bucket. I'm just saying. So, I'm sure YouTube loves me saying that on their platform too. Them and them. I don't know. It's gotta be careful what you say, I guess. But I'm just being honest. I feel like people are gonna really appreciate that he's no longer around. I saw nothing, officer. Many believe the population will decrease by half because of climate by 2050. Probably. I mean, it's very possible that we are looking at a situation where the climate will. I mean, what will happen first is crops will start just. We'll have a problem with food, I think, and that'll probably be a population killer. In fact, Arthur C. Clarke predicted that at some point. Maybe he's already gone and is now animatronic. Kind of looks like it, actually. Look at Trump. If you go back and look at Trump during the 2016... Here's the thing. In fact, I'm going to do this right now. I'm sorry to terrify all of y'all. Well, actually, I'll do it this way. But if we, look at photos... I need to... Hold on. I gotta, make my thing work here. Give me 1 second. If we go back and look at photos of Trump, like Trump 2016, like photos of him from that time. Let's see if I can find like a relevant photo. Like here's him like debating Hillary Clinton, right? And then in fact, I'm just gonna share my screen here so you can like see what I'm seeing here. 1 second, I gotta like OBS my stuff up here. Window capture, and then here we go. There we go. Like if you look at him here, right, versus like now, you could clearly see that the man looks insanely, like he looks a lot worse. Like look at that, look at his profile. That's his picture on Wikipedia. Like that's a horrible photo. Like does anybody else think that that photo's like ass? Like again, it just he doesn't look much better, but like I don't know, he just looks like complete shit now. I don't know. Yeah, he looks like shit. I don't know. And this it's funny they chose this photo for his official Wikipedia did. Anyways, or like community on Wikipedia. The orange is fading fast. I mean, honestly, it gets to a point where like doesn't matter what you do to the man, you can't cover up the holy shit, you know? Like, fucking hell. Oh. I don't know. It's nuts. It's nuts. But anyways. Oh, man. Alright, let me move this over here real quick. Okay. I guess I'll move this back around. Managing live streams is a fun thing. Oh, all right. Well, guys, it's getting we have passed the 2-hour mark here, and I really don't have much else to talk about. I guess, yeah, I might moving forward. I might. These live streams are like I just want to talk to y'all and give y'all a chance to talk and like ask me questions and things, and like you know feel that you've been one-on-one with me. You know if it makes any sense. I don't know. But besides that, I really don't have like a lot of an agenda with these streams. I thought about like playing video games on them, but I'm like I don't know if my audience would genuinely care for that. I don't know. It's just something to do, I guess. But yeah, if anybody has any like live stream ideas for the future, you know, what they want me to see or do or something, I don't know. Perhaps I might do like. I try to stay like politically motivated because I know that like a lot of my followers, they that's what they've come here to watch. But I don't know. That's kind of where we're at, I guess. Yeah. At some point, the streams kind of become like, okay, what else is there to do? So, but I'll probably do one at least once a week, just so I can, you know, give you guys a chance to say hi and everything like that. If there are games, can they be interactive? Honestly, yeah, that's a good idea. I don't know what games. What games do you all play? Is anyone here play Minecraft? Like I wouldn't. We could literally build like a community. Like I play Minecraft. I don't know. I'm sure that's like a thing that nobody else here plays. But if you all did, like I know Discord. So Discord server is on the list of things I got to build. I know that much. For just like you know in general. But yeah, if we have like a interactive like games that are interactive, perhaps we could do something like that. That's not a bad idea. I like that idea. That's a good idea. I feel like too that'd be a lot more fun as like we grow as or we grow. See now, you're all like, I don't know. As I grow as a channel, I guess this channel grows. They would be like, we have more of a community, I guess you should say. Um, that might be something that might be fun too, is interactive games. But yeah, I don't know. Well, guys, yeah. So also with the whole moderator thing, like I said before, if you want to be a moderator, shoot me an email. We can apply, or you can apply for that, and yeah, that we'll go from there. I just want to make sure I have like someone who's like involved in my stuff. I want to make sure I have like a one-on-one, you know, communication path with you, just so that we could like, I don't know, you know, I consider you like in a way as staff, if that makes any sense. And so like I don't want to, you know, I want to make sure we have a way to be able to communicate offline, if that makes any sense. Um, so yeah. But yeah, guys, that's really the stream tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and call it. So yeah, I will probably well, I don't know if I'll stream next weekend or the week after. This next couple weeks, got a couple things coming up. Um, but I will try to put out some videos, of course. At least, at the very least, I'll put out a video every day, talking about some stuffs. But yeah, I do want to stream at least once a week if I can. Again, not sure if I can do it these next couple weeks. We'll see. And yeah, so generally that'll be the schedule. Video every day, stream once a week. Um, Weekends might be iffy. We'll see. I might not do videos on the weekend. I might. It just depends because you know family time. Like right now, my girlfriend is probably wondering what the fuck I'm doing up here. Like, come on, you know. So oh, well, I've got to spend some time with my folks and everything like that. So besides that, guys, I will yeah, I'll do some streams on the weekends, and then yeah, that's that. So thanks everybody for coming out, and y'all take care of yourself, and yeah, see you in the next video or stream or whatever platform you decide to watch me on. All right, guys.